Here is the simplest Google Docs tutorial you'll ever find, which details all the basics of Google Docs on how to use it, how to create documents, how to share it, how to upload everything. Now, the first and very important thing that you need to do is you need to have a logged in Google account or Gmail. Once you've done that, you can always just go into your Gmail and access Google Docs from the application list here. So you can scroll down and find Docs. So if you want to find it from here, that's okay. But another option is, once you're logged in using the same browser, just go and type docs.google.com and then you're going to press enter. Now that's first step on how to load Google Docs. Now, to create a document, you have two options. Number one, you can either take a blank document or you can use provided templates. Now these templates are a bit limited because they only cover a specific number of items that you can create. If you check here, we have resumes, we have letters, and we have recipes, pet resume, you have some work templates here, and just a few others down here. Now, if you don't see the specific template that you'd prefer using in your docs, then just use the blank one. Click on blank. Now, in this case here, now you have a blank docs document. There are two things you can do here to name the title. You can either just type the title here and say Google Docs. Let's say Google Docs tutorial, and then click on this just click on that place and it will automatically pick the first line of your text here as the title. Or alternatively, you can just double click here and edit it and say Google Docs tutorial. Then we can add something like this here. So those are two ways you can add a title to your document. Now if you want to add a paragraph, you're just going to press enter and type another thing and say, for instance, this is a Google Docs tutorial. Then I'm going to type that there. Now I can make this the header, just highlighting it. That is in the formatting. Now I want to format this into a header. I'll highlight it and then I'll click on this here under normal text, and I can choose either title or heading 1 or heading 2. So let's go with heading 1 for instance. You notice that the size of that text somehow increases. Now you notice that there's going to be a difference between this here and this. This is going to be the normal text of the body and this is going to be a title. So you can format this further down, add more titles. You can decide to make this heading 2 so that you can have other normal content right below it. Now apart from that, you can also dictate the size of the article of the text. So let's say we want the title to be much bigger, like 24, and maybe the subtitle, which can be h2, we can make it something like 16. And then now our normal text is going to be this is normal text. This is going to be size 11. So you notice there's a bit of a difference. Now you should have noticed something. When I add headings, it is somehow indented on this section on this side. So you see I have that heading 1, this appears under the other one, heading 2. So this continues the more you add other subheadings. So if I chose this into a heading 3, you'll notice that it will appear under this here. So it's forming some sort of dent here, and then now it becomes easy to read or to access. So I can just click on a title and it will take me back to that title. Now that is on writing the title, creating the normal page text. Now if you want to insert a link on this, you are simply going to select section. So if it's this here, you're just going to select that section over there, and then you can go to the insert menu and select link. And then let's say for instance we want to add something like Owtech. If we had a website for owtechsolutions.com so I'm going to add the www at the beginning. So this can add a link or attach a document. So you see it becomes highlighted, and then if this website exists, if I click, it's going to give me that. But this here, it does not exist because we don't have that website active just yet. If you want to insert something like an image, add an image is the same thing. You just go to the insert menu, add an image. You can add it from your computer, you can search from the web, you can upload from Google Drive, Google Photos if you use some. You can do like a camera direct, take a photo of yourself, or add a URL of an image, or URL is just like a link of an image from a different uh, website. Now that is on the simple creation. So let's say we want to insert an image here so that you see how that works. I'm going to upload from my computer and just take any random image. So I'm going to go to downloads, and then I'm just going to pick one of my website logos here, social platform images. So I put that there. So you see I can resize it. Some of the most important things that people struggle with when using Google Docs is usually sharing of document. Now there are ways you can share this document once you've created it. One, you can download it. So by that you need to go to file, and then you're going to scroll down and move down to download. Now in this section you can download it in different formats, and it usually depends on whoever, how the format that whoever is going to like access it needs it to be in. So if you say docs, this can be opened using Microsoft Word, and can be easily edited. And then we have PDF. Usually it's not easily editable unless you have like a PDF editor installed, or you use free online tools. You can do this as an open document format, usually mostly for Linux users. So it's also openable with you can open it with Microsoft Word. Then you have plain text, which can be opened using something like Notepad. There are this rich text, we have web page HTML, we have EPUB and all that. So you can just go to that and download the specific in this specific format that you want it to be in. So let's say I can download it as PDF, and then it will just ask me. I can change the title, I can select the download section, and then I can save it. That is the first way you can share this document. Then now you can send it like a document via email and all that. The second way is by giving access. Now in this method you just need to go to the top right hand side. If you're on your either desktop or mobile, the top right hand side you'll usually see this share. So you need to click on that, and then you need to go down to general access, update this. You can decide the level of access that you give to any person. So you can decide that anyone who has access to this can either just view it, they can edit it, or they can comment it. This keeps you as the owner. You'll always be the owner, but you can give other people the ability to view, just see the content, comment, add suggestions, request for corrections, or edit. Instead of requesting for the corrections, they'll be the ones making the edit if you allow them. There, after doing this, you can either copy the link or include the email addresses. Now this can be a bit tiresome if you're sharing it with the multiple people and you have to type in their email addresses manually. So the best thing to do here is just make sure you've changed the access, copy the link, and then you can share it like use something like Gmail to enter the different email addresses, or import an email list. If you're using an email marketing tool, you can do that. Then now you can share. Now anytime you share this link with anyone, they'll be able to view it. Now let me show you what I can do if I open this with a different profile that that does not have access to this just yet. So if I copy this link, if I paste it here and press enter, I should be able to view the document. So you see now I can view the document here, but I cannot edit it. So when I try editing, the first thing I see up here is request edit access. Then it shows the owner of the document, so you can request access, the edit access. Now if I go back to this other profile and just make sure that I give edit access, I change this to edit editor, If I go to the other profile and now update or refresh, if I go to this profile here and refresh this page, you'll notice that now I'll be able to edit it. I can now add something there, I can remove and all that. Now the mistake most people make is creating this document, going to the share button here and sharing it without changing the access, leaving it at restricted. If I leave this at restricted, the other person who I'm sharing it with will not be able to view it. So if I refresh this right now, you'll notice I'll be told you need access. So I do not have any access here, and this can really mess you up if you're making a submission and maybe you just sent it and logged off and uh, didn't realize that you did not change this. So always make sure that before you share the file, you go to share, change the access to anyone with link, and then decide the level of access that you're willing to give them.